2026 is next week, and it got me thinking on how many of us are now building our vision boards, and someone has in there hair growth expectations, and they are not even taking into consideration their strategies. They are not even taking into consideration their context and their stress levels, what they do on a day-to-day, and that's why you're gonna fail if you are one of those people. You're gonna fail, and there's no easy way for me to tell you that, because if you are trying to build a good relationship with your hair and you do not take yourself time to analyze yourself, it's not gonna grow. I'm sorry, babes, it's not gonna grow. You will either end up cutting your hair, stay a year in wigs, or you will put some sort of chemicals because you will deem your hair too hard to manage. Unless, of course, you stay throughout this video and you follow some action plans I have for you and for me, because I will be following this 100%. As a master student, one thing I really have noticed, and not only like a master student, but I've been noticing for a while, even when I was working, is that from Monday to Friday, I will have this anxiety or this expectation that I really want to wash my hair throughout the weekend, but then weekend will come and I'm so exhausted, so tired, or sometimes I just want to go out with friends and I just end up don't doing and say, oh, I'll do it next week. And then the other week comes and my hair is dirty. I can smell it a little bit and I'm worried that other people are also smelling my hair. And the next week comes, my hair is super dry, super stiff, and is super tangled, so which makes it very hard for me to retain length. And I really don't want to repeat these mistakes. And if you're like me and don't want to repeat these mistakes, here's some things you have to take into consideration before you build your new 3 months plan, let's say, for your hair growth. Number one, you need to know your medical status. You need to understand. For instance, me, I do have anemia. I do have zinc deficiency. So I really am trying to improve that part of myself, because it doesn't only affect my hair, but it also is affecting my life per se, if I'm being honest, my stress levels and stuff like that. And that all affects my hair, because you can notice on my edges, if you go see my last video, you can notice that I'm losing a lot of edges, and the growth that I'm supposed to like be seeing, maintaining, I'm not maintaining, because I'm losing way more hair than I'm supposed to. So you need to know your healthy conditions. 2, you need to know your context. So if you're a master student, if you're a worker, or if you have a busy life, you probably don't wanna like stay 4 or 5 hours taking care of your hair, because you're gonna be way more exhausted by the end of it, and then you just want to sleep, and then you're not gonna have like the fun that you were supposed to have on that weekend, and then you're gonna resent your hair. You're gonna say like, taking care of my hair is so hard, I don't like it, and you will go throughout to other methods like putting chemicals or just staying in wigs, which is not a bad thing. But if you promise yourself that you really wanted to grow your natural hair, then shouldn't you try it? Shouldn't you do it for yourself? So I bring you up 2 methods you can do in order to do that, and I like to call them the salon methods, because with this thing you have to go to a place to wash your hair. However, the way you do it, it's a little bit different, because you won't be very reliant on other people to make the decisions for you. You are the one who's gonna make the decision. You are the one who's gonna guide those people. So in the salon method, there's 2 things you have to take into consideration. 1, you either find someone that has the specialization on that. So in that case, it's way more easier, because you really don't have to, I don't even think you need to watch this video after this, because that person will help you, will guide you, will listen to you, and will do an analysis on the type of treatments you really need for your hair, and you guys will have an agreement on how many times you need to go back there, or what you need to do on a day-to-day basis in order to maintain what you did on the last week. So that's when you find someone specialized on that, you know. And then there's the other method. If you, for instance, lives in an area where those people are not present, or they're extremely expensive, or you just like don't want to do that, you can find a salon, a normal one, the ones they do braids, but they also wash your hair. And what I want you to do is, depending on the state of your hair, let's say you took down braids right now, I want you to detangle your hair at home, and I want you to go to the salon with your hair already sectioned. That's all I want you to do. And the press shampoo or the detangling, you don't have to use any fancy products. I like to use African Pride. You know, the press shampoo, the flaxseed one. I love it. I love that one. But whenever my budget is a little bit tight, I just mix water and conditioner. That's enough press shampoo for me. And I'm not someone who press shampoos often, because it really depends on how tangled my hair is. Because if I'm coming out of braids, then I will feel the need to detangle a little bit, because there are sections that are very, you know, especially here on the roots, they're very tight. But if, for instance, I washed my hair last week and I only walked in bunnies, I don't need to detangle my hair, because my hair is not that tangled, so water is gonna be enough. However, if you feel like your hair is very tangled, you section your hair at home. Do not go around in a salon you don't know, believing that they will do a good job. Be a little bit skeptical. Do it yourself. Section your hair at home, detangle your hair at home, but do not use a comb. Okay, just detangle yourself, and it's not only going to take you 45 minutes maximum. It really depends, of course, on the length, on the density of your hair, but I don't think it's going to take you more than that. 45 minutes, it's going to be your maximum, I think, I hope. And after detangling, you don't have to stay home and wait. You put yourself on your car and you go to the salon. Or you can do a like a oil treatment. So with this treatment, it's not a detangling. You know, you have to understand this. This is not detangling. Oil doesn't detangle hair. You need water. You need humectant. You need something to detangle your hair. Oil doesn't detangle your hair. So whenever you do a oil treatment, it's often when, for instance, your hair is stretched, your hair does not have tangles, so you do it, and then it's easier. So if you do a oil treatment, I recommend you to do it and then like just go to the salon 2 hours after doing. I do not recommend sleeping in with oil treatment, because then you're gonna sweat. When you're sleeping, you're gonna sweat, and that's a good, amazing environment for bad bacteria. And with oil, they love it. So you don't want that, because you're gonna create other problems for your scalp. It's gonna become way more itchier than it's supposed to be. So after, depending on what you want on that, after doing that, you go to a hair salon. And it doesn't need to be a specialized one at all. For this type of method that we chose, they don't need to have any specialization whatsoever. The only thing they need to have is a place for them to shampoo, to wash your hair, and of course heat. They need to have heat. But when you get there, I need you to be very vocal. I need you to not be shy. I need you to talk what you want, and without taking down your section braids that are very loose, they will shampoo your hair. My advice is that once a month you do a cleansing shampoo, and every week you do a hydrating moisturizing. You see what you really want. You're gonna do a hydrating moisturizing shampoo once a week. And when you get there, when they are starting, like, they will water your hair, I want you to tell them, water my hair for at least 5 minutes. And it really depends on the type of hair you have. Maybe you're gonna need less time, especially if you press shampoo or you did an oil treatment before. You're probably gonna need less time, but if you did it, then they need to put the water in there. And after that, they will apply shampoo. They need to apply shampoo twice. The first time, only on your scalp. Do not let them apply it on your strands. No. only on your scalp, and they will need to massage it for like 5 minutes. They need to massage it with their like hands, not their nails, and they need to be very, very thorough on your scalp and do a very good massage. The second time after they take the first shampoo, they need to apply the shampoo on your scalp and on your strands. This because the idea that just passing the water and the shampoo that you apply on your scalp is going to do the work is not enough. You will have strand build up from the other products, so you want to make sure your scalp and your strands are very cleansed, because you want the other products after that to penetrate better on your hair. And then they will like shampoo again and stuff like that. Once they take down the shampoo, they need to apply the deep conditioner. The deep conditioner is yours. I advise you to maybe split at home and just take the quantity they're gonna need to use. And you need to know how much you use per section. And remember, they're still working in sections. Do not let them use any comb on your hair, even in this stage. Do not let them. So they're still working in sections. And the deep conditioner, if they have a steamer, they can be applying the deep conditioner with steamer, because it helps it to adjust better to your hair. But if they don't have a steamer, no problem, they will apply the deep conditioner, and then you need to sit in heat for like 15-30 minutes. It really depends on the treatment you're applying. You need to sit on heat, and you need to be there for 30 minutes, and you need to put a shower cap when you are there. In a low heat, it's enough, and you just sit there. After that, they take it down and you apply the conditioner, still on your section hair. And you have a choice here. You can either comb while you apply the conditioner, or you can comb afterwards. It really depends on the type of like after wash you want. If you are washing your hair and then you want to, let's say, do some braids in the salon, then no, I advise you to comb afterwards. I really love to comb afterwards because it's less hair shedding and less hair breakage you're gonna form. So after taking your conditioner, still in sections, by the way, they need to dry your hair. I know what you're gonna say. Oh, but I like to dry my hair in natural state. No, my dear. You need heat to dry your hair, because again, as I said, you don't want an environment where your hair is like creating moist and you apply products in moist. You don't want that. You want to apply some, like, at least your scalp, it needs to be dry. So that's why you dry your hair. And my advice is that before drying, you also need to have a heat protectant and a moisturizing oil. Avocado oil is not a moisturizing oil. Jojoba oil is not a moisturizing oil. You really need to buy oil that it's written moisturizing oil for hair. You need to buy those that are chemically fabricated for that. I like to apply it on my damp hair, because the idea of just drying my hair like so makes it even drier. So if you apply a moisturizing oil before, and a light moisturizing oil, and then you apply your heat protectant, and then they dry your hair in sections. And remember, if they're drying with a end dryer, they cannot do this and dry like this. They need to do an angle. I don't know which angle is this. I don't know if it's 60 or something Celsius or something. I don't know, but they need to do like so, and they need to be very gentle. You know, in this stage, they can comb your hair. It's fine, and they will do it throughout all the sections. And after that, you have your hair cleansed, dried, moisturized. Cleanse, dried. You have your hair like so. So now is the time when you choose. You can either spend a week like that, or you can do maybe braids and stuff like that. But you have to remember, after doing that, you need to wash your hair every week. The idea that you're not gonna wash your hair every week just takes out all the purpose of why you created a routine. You know, you really need to to step up on your game and have a total routine that allows you to live your life, that allows you to always have your hair dried, your hair cleansed, your hair ready for something you want to do per se. It's okay if sometimes you're gonna skip a week. It's okay, we all get busy, but you want to make sure that if you're gonna skip a week, your hair is moisturized. I moisturize my hair twice a week. You need to find products that really work for you to at least moisturize your hair twice, for at least if they work for like you moisturize your hair once a week and it works fine. I love that. Recommend me that product, please. I need to know which product I'm using. But if you moisturize twice a week, it's not bad at all. Also, I find it like I moisturize my hair on Sundays, and then because that's when I wash my hair on Sundays, and then I moisturize my hair again on Wednesdays. So it really Wednesday night, it really works well for me, because at that stage my hair is not dry, but I can feel it that is going that step of being dry, and I'm really trying to avoid that. You really don't want your hair to be dry because it creates breakage. And when I say dry hair, I don't mean that you really need to feel the dampness on your hair. You will know if your hair is dry or not, and if you don't know, pin me up, I will tell you how to know it. And basically that's how you're gonna create strategy that's gonna allow you to live your life, that's gonna allow you and take the stress out. Because while someone is taking care of your hair, you're doing something else. You're probably studying for your next text, you're probably editing your next video, I don't know, you're doing something, someone is doing something, and you do not get exhausted because it's not you that is like doing all the work. So you are able, after for instance leaving salon, you can go somewhere else because you are with so much energy still, and you can like live your life and you're not gonna resent your hair. And if you are able to do that, you're gonna create a good relationship with yourself and with your hair, and you're gonna create a good relationship because your hair is gonna be way healthier. And although hair grows every day, if you have healthy relationship, you're gonna be able to retain length, and that's the important thing for you to see, like how long your hair is getting. And don't be afraid of screen cage. Do not be afraid of that. It's not a bad thing at all. I know it annoys you sometimes, but it is what it is. It's our hair. It is what it is. And that's my advice with 2026 actually. Let's do this in the next 3 months. Create experiments, try it, and go into a salon and be vocal on what you want with your products. Try it. If you have the resources, do like going to a specialized salon. If you want to do it yourself, I would recommend you, if you don't have a lot of time, to do styles that allow you to wash your hair weekly, but while your hair is not like so, maybe twist outs, but not thin twist outs. Not twist outs are gonna break your hair. Okay, I think with these strategies we both gonna see a lot of hair growth, and it's gonna be amazing. And I cannot wait for us to grow our hair together in 2026, and for us to have a healthy relationship with our hair. So this is all for today. I think this is gonna be my last 2025 video, and if it is, I really wish you guys a really amazing 2026. I'm always excited for the new year, so I really wish you a good 2026, and be kind to yourself. And do not forget to subscribe, like, and share this video, and also follow me on TikTok. Bye.